What's going on, guys, and welcome back to the channel. We got some news earlier on this week about the next PlayStation VR coming in 2022 for the PlayStation 5. Whew, can't wait for that. I'm going to tell you exactly how the next PlayStation VR will absolutely annihilate the first. Let's get into it right now. Yeah, guys, and here we go. So this news comes straight from the PlayStation blog, where they went ahead and shared this information regarding the next PlayStation VR system, coming exclusively for the PlayStation 5. The blog post goes on and talks about how they're continuing to innovate with their new VR system that focuses on unique experiences that are synonymous with PlayStation. They're taking what they learned from PlayStation VR and the PlayStation 4 and developing it on next-gen VR systems that enhances everything from resolution and field of view to tracking and input. It will then go ahead and connect to the PlayStation 5 with a single cord to simplify setup, thank God, and improve ease of use while enabling a high-fidelity visual experience. It goes on and talks about how they're so excited about the new VR controller, which is going to go ahead and incorporate some key features found in a DualSense wireless controller, along with a focus on great ergonomics as well. It continues and talks about how there's a lot of development that's still underway, and of course it won't be launching this year, but they wanted to go ahead and provide us an early update as the development community has started to work on creating new worlds for us to explore in VR. It's out in the wild, you guys. It wraps up and talks about how they appreciate the continued support and of course the upcoming games, yada yada yada. You get the point. This thing is going to be sick, and I'm going to tell you why it's going to freaking annihilate the first PlayStation VR. Ever since the release of the PlayStation 5, Sony has really focused on their PlayStation Studio launch titles. From small titles like Astra's Playroom, which turned out to be an absolutely huge title for the PlayStation 5 when it launched, to other first-party titles like Destruction All-Stars, Sackboy's A Big Adventure, Ratchet & Clank, which is releasing in the next few months, to even third-party game support, like Call of Duty, and even NBA 2K. Now, I'm not going to sit here and say that we should expect to see PlayStation VR 2 support on every single PlayStation 5 title. I mean, that would be kind of outrageous, right? That's a lot of development. That's a lot of work for the developers to go ahead and take a hold of. And in addition, the release date on these games, they would be even later unless they would be put in with a patch potentially. But if they're ambitious enough, and they've shown me that they are with this DualSense controller and how unique and how ambitious it is, with the force feedback with the controller vibrating depending on what location you are in the game, to the adaptive triggers recoiling as you pull off that shot in Call of Duty, to even the speaker and microphone embedded into the controller. This is by far the most ambitious piece of hardware that PlayStation has ever put together. If they're able to go ahead and approach the PlayStation VR 2 with that level of detail, guys, we are in for a treat. I can tell you that right now. And let's rewind and just think about that for a second. As I mentioned earlier on, one of the innovations that they said in the blog post that they're really excited about is the new VR controller, which is going to go ahead and incorporate key features found in the DualSense controller. Just like I said, every single one of those features that are incorporated in the DualSense controller, you can expect to have them in the VR controller. So you can come to expect that level of detail and maybe even higher, since it's been quite some time since the PlayStation 5 has now been released. Of course, we know the headset, the resolution, it's only going to get better. Yeah, I know, it wasn't the greatest. PlayStation VR 1 was not the greatest when it comes to the resolution, and the Oculus, of course, blows it out of the water. But with time, as we know, tech only gets better. We know they're going to be putting in the best tech into this thing, and it's going to be off the chain. Now, I know you're sitting here telling yourself, I know one negative thing about this is the fact that it has a cord, right? Maybe. Yeah, maybe so if you look at it that way, because in Oculus, of course, you're hands-free. You know, not restricted by any cords or anything at all. But look at it this way. So yeah, we have one cord coming to the PlayStation VR 2. That's fine. Why? Because of the fact that it's probably going to keep prices down lower. If this thing was completely wireless, you realize how expensive this thing would be? You know how expensive the Oculus is currently? It probably would have been right around that price point. Given that this thing isn't wireless, I think that's going to keep the price point at a much more affordable price for everyone. But when it comes down to it, I believe these are the reasons why the PlayStation VR 2 will absolutely annihilate the first. Now, of course, we all know it all comes down to games. And now I believe that most, if not majority, of PlayStation Studio titles are going to be in PlayStation VR. I think they're going to go ahead and be that ambitious to go ahead and do something like that. It It would be awesome. That's my prediction. I could be wrong. I probably am wrong. Who knows? Think about it for a second. How cool would it be to go ahead and play Horizon Forbidden West in full VR? You saw how beautiful those vistas and landscapes looked from the trailer. Look at it right here, guys. I mean, come on. Imagine this in VR. Absolutely stunning. Along with other future PlayStation titles as well. Wouldn't they look absolutely stunning in VR? Hey, I can dream, right? Hopefully we'll go ahead and we'll see all that come true. But at the end of the day, we'll just have to wait and see. If you guys enjoyed this video, you know what you're supposed to do. Smash that like button and subscribe for more, as I'm pushing videos out like this quite often. Additionally, if you want to go ahead and get notified for whenever a new video gets published or whenever I go live, be sure to click on that bell. I'm A to the P. Albert Perkins, and we will see you in the next video. Until then, and as always, peace.